about home parties, about building your business offline. We've talked a lot about how to use social media, but this is kind of, for our company, an untapped resource that not enough of us are using. Like Kai said, in April this past month, I ranked number 6 on her team of 1,500. I had over 2,500 in PRS, and I did not have any online parties. Not only did I not have any online parties, I had no online sales. Not one. Not a single mascara sold online last month. It's just mine. All of my PRS last month came from a vendor event, cash and carry, and home parties. Krista was talking about pre-booking. I've already have home parties booked for May on the calendar. So I've already started working with those hostesses to get them excited. So that will kind of, just keep leading into more and more. So what I'm going to cover with you guys tonight is talking about what home parties really are, because I think there's some misconceptions about what they are. How to approach your potential presenters, not presenters, hostesses, to get them to go ahead and sign on to do one. Setting up and running your party, closing your sales, and following up with those people, and how to reward your hostess. So raise your hand if you've done a home party. Oh, good, that's more than I expected. That's awesome. Raise your hand if the idea makes you break out into a cold sweat. All right, don't be nervous. I think when people think home party, they think I am standing on the stage and there's a spotlight coming at me and everybody's attention is going to focus on me and they're going to I'm going to entertain them, right, for an hour or 2 hours, or however long. All of this, all the attention is all on me. For me, what I feel is the most successful home party is to keep it as casual as possible. Just so casual. Don't feel like your home party has to be confined to a home. It could be done at a coffee shop. It could be done at somebody's work on their lunch break. It could be done at a restaurant. So don't feel like you have to find that hostess and then you have to go to her house and have a party. It doesn't have to be that way. Like I said, the best way to approach your home party is to keep it very casual. Set your products out on the table and encourage your guests to just start looking at them and playing with colors. This is going to take the attention off of you when you're setting up. You're not going to feel like everybody's just sitting there waiting for you, right? You're like, okay, I'm going. So just, they're talking about them, I'm setting them up. And as people are asking me those questions about those products, I'm not telling them, I'm not getting really specific. I'm just like, oh yeah, those are eye pigments, I'll show them to you. So you're building interest in the products, but you're not having to get distracted from what you're doing, and you're also at the same time feeling out the people in the party and what products that they may be interested in as the party goes on. So the thing about home parties is I think, obviously the point of a home party is to introduce product on hand so that people can see them, feel them, touch them, and do color choices and things of that sort. But the true meaning to me of a home party and what I have found to be the successful part of it is that it is relationship building. We all know that this business is all about building relationships, right? To me, a home party is probably the truest form of a sales relationship with my customers. You become friends with them while you're there. You talk about their family, you talk about their kids, and by the time that you leave that home party, you're going to have a much deeper connection with that person. Never, ever, ever go into your home parties with the expectations of what you're going to sell these people. Go into that home party with the expectation of, I am going to teach them something new. I'm going to help them embrace a product that maybe they didn't know anything about, or I'm just going to share the love of what Younique is and what products we have. So there's a few different ways to approach your potential hostesses. I have shared a calendar online, just made a calendar and put in my dates of people that were already booked, and then said, hey, I've got such and such dates available. Who would like to host a home party? Also, as they are saying, don't just rely on that Facebook post. Make sure that you're reaching out personally with private messages, text messages, and phone calls. Somebody has mentioned products or how to do something, how do I do that smoky eye? How do I use this particular product? Hey, you know what? I would love to show you that. Why don't we set up a girls' night at your house? We'll get some wine and some chocolate and we'll just play with makeup. Totally no obligation. And that makes them feel like it's not you coming into their house to sell stuff to your friends. You're just coming in to hang out with them. So that's really important, is to make sure that it always stays and feels very casual. Talk to your past customers and say, I know you love that mascara and you were talking to me about getting that bronzer. Let's host a girls' night. Let's all get together and hang out and maybe we can get that bronzer for free. Or offer them a half-off item for hosting that. And you guys have all those kudos stored up. Just give them a half-off item to host it. Offer this to ladies who are hesitant about online parties. Some women either are not internet savvy, or some of them just feel, have that stigma of bugging people. So this is a good way for them to have an intimate get together with their friends without feeling like they're blowing up their newsfeed. If you do a vendor event, or if you do a home party, always have information cards there that you can collect people's information. Like when I do a vendor event, I always have somebody fill out their information on the cards. I have a spot to check, I am interested in hosting a party. So when they check that box, I call them. This is so important, guys. Don't email them, don't Facebook them, call them. Call them and say, hey, I saw that you had checked on your card that you were interested in hosting a party. Would you like to do an online party or a home party? Notice I didn't say, so I saw that you checked it off, so were you still thinking about doing one? Because the chances are going to have changed their mind and said no, right? So just ask them which one they want to do. Majority of my people say they want to do an in-home party, and that's kind of how this has started for me. Once you book a party, there's a couple things that I do. So here's your tidbits for the night. I make a digital invite for my hostess, and I tell her that she can share this via text message, Facebook, email. So I make a cute little graphic, and I put such and such home party, or unique lash bash. I don't actually call it a party, I call it a lash bash. In home, I make sure I put that somewhere. Her address, her number to RSVP if she's going to do snacks and all of that, and I put that right on the invitation. This makes her party feel so much more legit than her just calling up her friends and be like, hey guys, why don't you come over tomorrow night, we're going to play with some makeup, It's an invitation, so they are expected to RSVP, and they feel obligated to RSVP one way or another. That A is going to give you a better idea of how many people are coming, so you know what supplies you need to stock. And it's just going to gear that up to be a more legit event. The next thing I do is I create a Facebook preview group for my hostess. So whatever day we decide we're going to have her party, I'm going to open a Facebook group, or set up a Facebook group for her 3 days prior to that party. We're going to open a preview group. What this means is that it's not really the point of selling. It's just going to be, hey, my name is Kelly, I'm a Blue Level presenter with Younique. I met Brenda at such and such, and I'm so excited to come to her house and meet all of you and show you guys some really cool products. So here's a little bit about Younique. And then I run a little video that has all the different products, things I love. And throughout those next 3 days, I introduce different products. I do a video tutorial of the mascara, so they're already prepped to know how it goes on, and that they're gonna love that. Then as the day goes on, I'll probably do maybe 3 posts a day, and I will do different products that I really like. Like I love BB creams, and I love contouring with BB creams, so I'll post some pictures of that. I love using the cream shadow mixed with a pigment to do a smoky eye look, so I will show pictures of that, and I will make sure that I tell them, we're going to do tutorials of this at your party. So they know they're not just coming to look at products and sit around, that we're actually going to have an activity. Which reminds me, don't feel like you have to have activities at your home parties, like you have to play games. You don't have to do, I've never played a game at a home party. We're so busy looking at everything and talking about stuff, there's not enough time. So don't freak out about doing that. I want to give you a quick story of kind of like my most recent preview. I met a girl, her name is Brandy, and I met her at a vendor event, and she had marked off on her card that she wanted to host a party. So of course I called her, and I said, hey, you want to do a party? So would you like to do in-home or online? I actually was hoping and gearing her towards online because she was over an hour away, and I didn't feel like driving there. But she's like, yeah, I want to do an in-home party. How soon is too soon? I just driven up there the weekend before, okay. I actually happen to have Saturday open, great, she booked it, we're good to go. So we start the process, we do the invite, we do the Facebook preview. I get in the car, I say, great, I can't wait to see you. I post on her preview the day of, everybody, can't wait, I'll be there at 6 o'clock. Somewhere in between this, I skipped over, make sure that you do some sort of relational post, like how do you know the hostess, or who's known the hostess longer, just something to help get to know the people that are going to be at the party, because it'll make it more comfortable when you get there to socialize with those people. But anyways, so I get in the car, and I'm driving, and about 40 minutes in, did I tell you this story? Yeah, about 40 minutes in, and I go, so I swore, but today, I go, crap, I forgot the mascara. 20 sets of mascara were home, neatly arranged on my buffet because I had taken them all out, and I had taken a picture because I was doing some Facebook game. So I called the hostess and I'm like, Brandy, I forgot the mascara. I think I should turn around. And she goes, they will be so angry. So I call my husband. I said, no, all right, I'm gonna turn around. It should be like, I built a half hour to set up, so I should be okay. We'll be like 15 minutes behind, it'll be all right. So I call my husband. I have 3 small children. They're 5, 3, and 1, and you know how long it takes to put those into a car. Get in the car! Get in the car right now! Get in the car right now! The mascara, get in the car! And I was like, what are you talking about? So he gets in the car and he drives 20 minutes this way, and I turn around and I drive 20 minutes that way, and I meet him in the middle, and I get the mascara, and I hightail my butt back another 45 minutes. I get to the party 15 minutes late, and now the whole way there I'm like, what am I going to say, what am I going to say, what am I going to say, right? Because I'm thinking these women have been waiting for me for a good 20 minutes, and I walk in the door, and I'm like, I'm here! I'm here! And they're like, where have you been? I'm like, well, you know, Brandy told me you'd be a lynch mob if I showed up without mascara, and it went over very well, and everybody laughed and broke the ice, and it was an incredible night. That home party itself sold almost $600 in product. When you get into a home party, introduce yourself quickly. Hey, my name is, and where can I set up? Kitchen table, counter island, somewhere that is where people naturally gather around. You want it to be conversational. Okay, so just start setting out your product. What's really important about this is that this process has to be duplicatable because you may have potential presenters in that room. So if you come hauling a table and tablecloths and decorations, they're gonna be like, wow, that's a lot of work, I can't do that. But if you just come in with your little luggage tote and your makeup and you set it out on a table, that's easy, right? It's like you brought your makeup bag and dumped it out. So make it simple. Then I talk about the products. I talk about the fact that they're naturally derived, that they're hyperallergenic. I talk about the fact that there's no harsh chemicals, no animal testing. I talk about the fact that majority of them are gluten-free and that a lot of them are vegan. So that really piques their interest of, oh, I didn't know that that your products were this type of line. They just are thinking, makeup. Then I talk about the company. I talk about the fact that it's a family-owned company because that's important to me. I talk about the fact that it's a faith-based company because that's important to me. I talk about the fact that it's a debt-free company because that's really important to me. If anybody knows, Leah Sophia, they went completely out, and so when I'm bringing on presenters, I want them to know this company has done it right from the get-go, and that's very important. And then most importantly, I talk about the foundation because I want people to know they're not just buying makeup. They're supporting a really amazing company and a really amazing cause. And then I ask this question, and you'll be surprised at the answer to this. Who here knew that Younique was more than mascara? People actually don't know that. We've done such a great job of marketing that we are mascara that not everybody knows that we carry an entire cosmetic line or an entire skincare line. Here's the good thing about that. Your whole customer base that you sold the mascara to, consider them brand new. Okay? You have a brand new set of customers that you can introduce a brand new line of products to because they did not even know it existed. So go back and hit those people up. All right, so like I said, this feels out your guests. I asked them if there's any specific questions. I talked to them about, do you have any skincare questions, product questions, technique questions, and then I asked for volunteers for tutorials. So, I'll say, hey, who would like to do a contouring tutorial? Who is interested in doing smoky eyes? And I usually will get 2 or 3 people, and then I will walk through the steps on myself. I'll show them how to do those, and then I will let them do those in the party. So this does 2 things. One, it makes it really simple. They're actually using the products and feeling them on their face, but they've done the process. So it takes the fear out of, I can't do that. I'm not a makeup person. I had a party a couple months ago, and I had 2 women in this party who told me that they don't use makeup. I don't have time. I don't use makeup. I don't know how to apply it. By the end of this party, both of these women had bought the Singular Sensation collection, which we don't have anymore, but a couple months ago. And I walked through exactly, this is what comes in the collection. This is how you're going to use it every single day. And I still am friends with them now, and I check in with them. Are you guys using your products? Yes, love it, made it so simple, thank you so much. I have also made video tutorials on particular collections because that's the one somebody wanted to purchase and they were kind of nervous about how to use that. So I just made them a tutorial and sent it to them later. Okay, here's all your products and this is how you're gonna use them. Mascara. Okay, I know I hear this a lot. How can I sell mascara if I can't sample mascara? We've said it. We've all said it. You've heard it a million times. Just wear it on one eye. It speaks for itself. So I wear it on one eye through the whole party, and then near the end, after I've done all my other tutorials, I apply it to the other eye. Because everybody's watching, so everybody sees it. I don't have to worry about them not believing that that's how it looks and that's how it goes on. So that's the simplest way to do that in a party. If your hostess happens to have mascara and she wants to let everybody try it and they're cool with that, then that actually is a really great thing to do. So after you go through everything, this is where you're going to usually start breaking out into one-on-one questions. You'll find that people are asking you specific questions throughout the party, so help direct them to where they're looking to go. This is your point where you're going to upsell. So if somebody is loving the cream shadow, upsell them the cream shadow brush. Tell them this was specifically designed with denser bristles to make sure that your cream shadow goes on smoother. If somebody's talking about, oh, my skin's too dry, when I put powder it looks flaky, talk to them about the Divine Lotion. Talk to them about applying the primer prior to. If you have somebody who likes multiple products, talk to them about collections. Like Krista said, this is so important that you guys know your product line. Get your catalog and study it. This is your business, right? You should know. If you owned a store, wouldn't you expect to know everything that you sold in your store, right? Because you would order it, you would stock it, you would know what was there, and you would know how much you sold it for. So get a catalog and memorize it. I mean, seriously, memorize it. When you go to a party, have 2 to 3 catalogs per 10 people or so that they have time to be able to pass them around and look through them. I plan to bring 1 mascara per guest invited to the party. So I always ask my hostess how many people she's planning on having, and that's how many mascara I bring. Because I fully intend to leave that party selling a mascara to every single person, maybe 2. Send people home with products. So let's say, like the last party, I had 2 people who bought collections. I had some eye pigments, and I had some glosses, and I had some liners there for individual sale, but they ended up buying a collection, so what I did was I sent them home with their mascara, and I sent them home with any pieces that I could put in that collection, and then I ordered the collection for them. This is gonna do something really important. If somebody comes into a home party and they spend $200 and they go home with nothing, what do you think they're feeling that night?
Buyer's remorse.
Little buyer's remorse, exactly. So if you send them home with their mascara and their eye pigments that they get to play with, they're just having fun with their products and they're not thinking about what they spent, they're just excited to get the rest of it. This is, I guess, I do a bulk order for my parties. I don't open a link right there and place people's orders individually. I just do one big bulk order. I take a carbon copied receipt book. I totally skipped that over all my slides, by the way. I had some slides, but it's okay. I take a carbon copy receipt book and I get everybody's information on each of their own receipts, including their email address. I write down exactly everything that they bought. I write down if they took it home. I put took next to it, and I put order next to it if I still need to place the order for it. And then if they paid, how they paid, and then I give them a copy. This is gonna cover your butt in case they say, oh, really, already? In case they say, I didn't get that product. All right, I'll wrap it up. Have a credit card reader with you because without that, you're gonna lose sales. Okay, that's really, people come with like $36 in their pocket, they're gonna buy mascara, but if you have a credit card reader, then it gives them the ability to buy another couple $100 worth of products. When the party wraps up, thank everyone, and this is what I do. I let them know I'm gonna follow up with anybody who purchased mascara within 24 hours with a video tutorial. I email them a video tutorial of how to put the mascara on. And then I tell them, I'm gonna follow up with you in a week to see how you're liking it. Because expected communication is received better than just unsolicited communication. Hostess rewards, there's 2 different options that I use to give my hostess her rewards. One is I place that bulk order under a link that I've opened for her. So if I need to restock my supply, then that's what I will do. But if I don't, like the last one I had a bunch of leftover from a vendor show. So what I did with her, and she really liked this and probably will continue to do this, is I have enough half off and Y Cash stocked up that I just totaled what her rewards would be, and then I place that order for her as part of her bulk order. So if you are going to order under her link, your perk to that is obviously that you potentially may get some additional sales. And I leave this up to the hostess if she kind of knows, if her party's gonna sell more. And then the perks to the other one is a lot more. One, the guests are gonna see how much that she earned, and they're gonna be more excited to host a party themselves. She doesn't need to deal with ordering, so she feels like she had a full service experience. She's gonna get her products quicker so that she can rave about them instead of waiting the customary 2 weeks, 2 months, a year that they, for some reason, wait to use those. And this is really important, so I have to tell you guys this. This can add points to your party. So with my last one, I was at, 200 or 300 points in my own party, and I placed her bulk order under my party link. So not only did I bump my percentage and my half off points above what she would have earned, so I got back what I gave her of mine, plus an extra 2% and an extra half off item. So I earned on top of my commission. Does that make sense? Okay, see me after if you have questions about how that works, because I know it's confusing. And then the following day, I just send a thank you on the Facebook preview group, and I tell them I was so excited to come. It was great to meet all of you. I personally thank everybody who purchased. I offer some sort of call to action, like half off product for hosting a party, whether it be in-home or online. And then, of course, I showed a business opportunity. The last party, I did just have one of the girls sign on as a presenter yesterday. So the best part about this, like I was saying, is you made new customers that night, but what you really did was build a very deep relationship versus just an online party. The next time that girl has her friend host a, somebody invites her into a Facebook group for a unique party, she's gonna actually feel like she has a unique presenter, and she's gonna be loyal to you, okay? So, who's excited to try? Who's gonna do it? Raise your hand. All right, if you're still freaking out, who's still freaking out? Nobody? Oh, I did good then. All right, if you are freaking out, just do an in-home party. Do it at your house, invite a handful of friends, have some wine, have some chocolate, and just tell them this. I want you to come over to try my products so that you can feel comfortable referring them out, okay? You're not trying to sell them, you're asking them to come over so they can see it, so they can tell their friends that, yeah, it is really good stuff. All right, thanks guys.